to the Liverpool FC podcast. Oh, fuck.
Get out of here. I'm back, and that's not what's happening right now.
Miles is back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Oh, yeah, there was a long pause then, and I was like, is he going to come in with the next lyric, or am I going to have to? Well, welcome back to Draft Boyz, the FPL Draft podcast. As always, joined by Marley G, Hito, myself, Whitey. Lads, how we doing?
So good that I'm back. I missed you guys. Eh?
It feels really good. It feels
Feels
right.
good.
Yeah.
I got a bone to pick, but straight up.
Whoa.
I listened to the pod.
Oh, did you?
obviously.
Well, yeah.
I
It's
got
a
a
good
bone to
pod.
pick with you, Whitey.
Me?
Yeah.
Straight out the gate. He's
Yeah.
making real intense eyes at me. I
No,
can't make eye
seriously,
contact
I
with
was
him.
pissed, and I've been waiting a week to say this to you.
God, okay, I'm ready.
I listened to the podcast. I don't know where it came up, but someone gave some advice, like Hito gave some,
Yeah.
and you disagreed with him. And then you were like, well, listen to me, podcast listeners, because Hito's in last and I'm in first. And that is not true.
Yeah, I know.
I was winning at that point by a point.
I know. I realized after the podcast.
After this game week, you have taken me by a point. But at the time, so don't believe anything this liar says.
Look, honestly, I think it was like the points hadn't been updated, but for some reason I didn't think you had any more points coming in, so I hadn't looked again.
There you
And
go.
then when I looked back and I'm like, wait. And I was telling Kelly as well. I was telling my partner, I'm like, I'm in first, babe. And I went and looked online. I'm like, I'm not in first.
You know, I've always got points coming in.
I know you do, mate. I know. Yeah, look, okay, that's fair enough. I'll cop that one. But this week, baby, number one.
You are number one. I'll give it to you.
And
I'll
I'm
give it
not
to you.
number last anymore.
yeah.
If you checked out our socials, you saw Hito's big bounty haul.
Yeah, all right, let's get straight into that. I want to talk about Hito.
Let's do it.
Hito, how many points did you get this week?
71, bitches.
Wow.
Yeah.
You had some on the bench too?
No, just a keeper. Like,
Oh, sorry.
Fabianski.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, see?
But you got a good keeper now, though.
Yeah, Marl and I traded Allison for Edison this week.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so not a great
Oh,
week for me
that's
to
right.
trade away Allison.
But you both had like, you were stacked on City,
City,
right? And he
yeah.
was stacked on Liverpool.
just diversifying the
Yeah.
risk, you know. But
And it's just one result. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
it makes sense
and
to
it's
me.
5 points this week difference. But who needs to talk about that when you got TAA?
Who?
VD
Oh, my God.
and OD guard. Bitches.
Oh, my God. Woo! Tell me the points.
He's been
Point
practicing
City.
that
Yeah,
against
he
the mirror
has.
all day.
Trent 17, Van Dijk 12, Odegaard 10, Barnes 7, Saliba 7.
Wow.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh,
That's
when did you pick
massive.
up Barnes? Did you draft him?
2 weeks ago, someone dropped him.
Yeah.
2 weeks
First
ago.
waiver wire pickup.
First, yeah.
I know in my head I was like, you know, thinking, oh, Leicester, like they're not very good. And
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't eyes out for him. He was coming back from injury. And then I was like, oh, looking after, you know, Chelsea played them this week. And I was like, fuck, he looked good.
He did.
He looked like way better than he has for a while. And I'm like, oh my God, there's no way he's free.
No,
Not free. Not
No.
free.
Not when
Yeah.
Tommy the Tank's down there, man. Come
Yeah, I
on.
know.
Sweeping up all
Come
the,
on,
all the
man.
He's
goodies.
killing us, man. He's doing the
Yeah.
same strategies he did last year. And it's brutal.
It's quite nice to start slow. You do get that early pick on everyone, and you got so many game weeks
I
to catch them
know.
up.
Man, like it's crazy at the top. Yeah, but look, Rodrigo somehow slipped through the cracks, so that's all good.
He did. Didn't
All
pull through for you this week.
Yeah, should we talk about me then?
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
All right, 53 points. So
Decent.
I've been pretty much sitting around that the whole time, which, you know,
That's solid in draft.
I know it's not bad in draft. So yeah, Lloris with a clean sheet, 6 points. Robertson with 9, finally getting some fucking Liverpool points from a defender. In my head, I'm like, I'm going defense heavy this year. Like when I draft, I was like, I want good
Premium defenders.
I'm going to value defenders where they belong.
Yeah.
And now I look at my defense and I fucking hate it.
Bro, it's 4 weeks. Relax, man.
I know, but still, Robbo's coming back, baby. So he looked pretty good. And I got nothing much. Oh, except Haaland.
Erling.
Hat trick. Oh my God. They don't
So
call him Hat trick
massive.
Haaland for nothing.
It's so funny that we've got a City fan in our league and he drafted before you.
I know.
And he picked Kane.
I know.
And I know Kane scored a brace. We'll talk about that later.
I
but
know.
He's a City fan.
He was trying to go the ultimate
17
separating
goals.
your team and fans.
He has always been very good at that.
But I wouldn't be able to watch City play at the moment with this
know.
happening.
It is
It
hard.
would hurt.
Yeah.
Dude.
Deep.
Dude, it was like when Hazard was just a freak
God, yeah.
for like 1 or 2 seasons. And then I picked him up that season where he was rubbish.
Yeah.
After that, I was like, I have to have him. I have to have him. No expense. I got first draft pick, and he's trash.
Savage.
Anyway, so yeah, that was it. Most of my points came from Haaland. Oh, Mitro.
Another goal.
Consistency.
Another goal.
We've
We'll
gotta
talk about him.
that,
We'll
yeah.
talk about him.
I'll quickly go through my team. I scored 51 points. Got a
Solid.
couple of cleanies from Allison with that amazing trade that I did midweek. Jane's got me an assist, not a cleanie, but still good returns. And then Bernardo Silva, man, I picked him up in the waiver this week.
Yeah, good pick.
And I'm so stoked that it got to me up in one.
I know.
Seriously, how did it get through? I don't know, but I got him.
We kind of weren't sure after last week. It was a bit like, oh, he's playing deep. Will he get forward? And then this week, like watching that game, and we will talk about it. But it was like,
he was my
I've
first waiver
I've got
pick.
a theory here. I've got
Yeah.
a theory to throw out.
Oh, I like that. Okay, all right. We'll hold for the city chat.
And then sum it up, like Saint Maximum, guys.
Oh,
Dude, this guy
take it to the
is a
max.
beast. I am so stoked to have him this year because I think it's going to be one of those crazy breakout years for him.
Maybe.
Oh my! I
When we
really
talk
about
about
Newcastle. I'm got to tell you a story.
Okay, all right.
Listeners, hold tight for this. This is crazy.
Listeners, all three of you.
Stick around after the break. We'll come back with my legit story.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, boys. So I think it's time for a bit of snack chat.
Let's do it.
Hito's on snack chat this week. Miles is he's let us down with our theme song this week.
Oh, I'll do it live, but
Do it.
you want the snack chat? You want the snack chat?
To all those people that never heard the snack chat song, we probably sound crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Heat.
All right, I'm going to start with the snack that's on the table ready. Reveal the tablecloth.
Oh, chippies. I love
Dude,
chips.
these are different flavor of the chips that I brought. Those like hard chips that we had a few weeks ago.
I think it's the
'Cause they
same.
look the
It's
same
double
colour.
crunch.
Double crunch.
But it's ultimate barbecue ribs.
My mouth is watering.
Yeah, instead of
Yeah,
the
so
gone
I
straight
bought the original ones of these, and I love the cut.
He keeps stitching us up with these fucking crunchy chips on a podcast.
Sorry, I can barely hear.
And to go with your chippies, we've got some seltzers.
God, he's
Lust.
This fucking seltzer obsessed.
Lust liquor.
What have we got here? Lust
Guava.
liquor. Give me that.
Wow.
Nice can, simple.
Lust.
Guava flavored,
Cool can.
4.2% alcohol, 375ml can.
Aussie brand. Got to support our boys.
What brewed sparkling water packed with natural guava flavor and a bit of alcohol. Can't go wrong. 88 calories.
Let's check it out.
Wow. And I'm coming in so hot today, guys. You can probably already hear, but I'm straight from the pub.
Fuck, that's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's real good.
Oh.
What do you guys reckon?
Okay.
Give me a sip.
So the chip, honestly, I was hoping it'd be a bit richer. Oh, Miles's face after sipping the liquid was insane.
God. This is liquid candy.
I can't sip it. I keep laughing
This
at his
is
face.
Okay, it's not something you could smash all night,
Oh,
but something after
that's the best seltzer I've ever had.
the 10 beers that I've had so far today. That is delicious.
It's so
oh my
smooth.
God.
Is that guava?
Smooth. That's not what I've used to
Yeah,
describe
because
it.
it's not.
Smooth?
It's not all bubbly and.
It's got a
fizzy like
smoothness about
Yeah.
it for sure. Yeah. Okay.
Rate it.
How many you got of these?
Best seltzers.
We've got 2 each.
Thank God, because I'm going to smash this thing. Seltzers, best seltzer I've ever had.
8.5.
8.2.
Yeah.
And the chip, underwhelming.
It was for the name.
Yeah, the hickory ribs, I'm thinking a bit stickier.
Yeah.
Like not physically sticky, but taste sticky.
Yeah. It's not amazing.
5.3.
Oh, it won't be that bad. I'll go 6.4.
They were just barbecue chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good crunch, though.
Good
Great
crunch.
Great crunch.
Let's chat footy.
Let's do it. Okay, so first of all, we're going to do our top 5, which is more like a top 6 this week. We're going to start with Liverpool. Just get it over and done with. Rip off the Band-Aid, and we'll come back later with Chelsea, and it'll feel better.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's talk about
So
them.
come back to you.
We're
with,
impartial, remember?
With our second pot of the week to cover everything else we need to cover. This is just the rest of Liverpool, yeah.
All right, Hito, you got 5 minutes. It's ticking.
Oh, I was the best weekend of my life. It was so good.
I bet.
It was so good. I know it's Bournemouth, but fuck.
Hito recently got married, guys, so
Yeah.
saying that is that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. Not often you win 9-0.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's only happened, 4 times in Premier League history?
I was screaming with the crowd, "We want 10! We want 10!"
I thought you'd do it as well.
Yeah.
I thought Salah would maybe do it.
I know. He had a very quiet
Should we
one.
talk about that first?
It's crazy.
The memes
How?
are so good.
It was so funny. I was like, when I woke, you must have woken up and seen the result.
No, I was watching
Oh,
it
you
live.
watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Good game to
Actually,
actually,
I would have loved you to wake up and see 9-0 like, yes!
No,
and
no,
then
no.
gone, oh.
I turned it off after about, I think they were up about 3-0 at the time because Chelsea got a red card, and I was like, okay, I'm done with Goal Rush. I'm just going to watch Chelsea because they need my support right now.
Yeah.
And I got us over the
Yeah.
line. Like, it's because of me.
yeah, you channeled it.
Fuck that.
You channeled your energy away from Salah.
But yeah,
into
how
Sterling.
crazy is it? So not
Yeah.
one assist. He's probably going to go down for the miss of the season with that Elliott chance created.
Yeah,
That was
unless
I
you want
know.
to include Ligue 1 when Mbappe missed an open goal. I think it was this morning.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
very bad.
Legume.
But yeah, points all round, boys. It was spread far and wide.
Well, hang on. Someone did take a few points more than the
oh,
rest.
just a couple more, but
Bob, eh?
bye bye.
Firmino.
Yeah, had the
Cracker.
game of his life.
Holy crap.
He assisted the first 3 goals, correct me if I'm wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he was getting absolutely trashed. And people were like, he's already left the club. He's mentally at the next place.
Yeah.
Like, there was so much stuff going on from Liverpool fans. I'm like, wow, so harsh.
Yeah.
After the United game, I think.
Yeah. Shout out to Hackett in our league who picked him up this week as well.
I know.
Like, it's so clutch.
After that as well, like,
Yeah.
it is a good call.
yeah. And
No
shout out to
doubt.
our boy Will from Twitter. He's held on to him since the draft.
Yeah.
Solid.
And shout out
Wow.
to Aaron, who
Yeah.
we were talking about last week. He's got him as well. He got 92 points or 93 points this
Hell,
week,
that's
guys.
crazy, man.
That's the only way you're getting a haul that high is if you
Yeah.
have Bobby.
That's
And he
crazy.
shouted us out. He said, so far, the pledge is working.
Oh,
The pledge that you two made last week, it's
Yeah.
working. Hit us up on social.
so good.
It's good someone listened right to the end.
Yeah,
That's nice.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
look, it was crazy. Hito,
Boys.
give us some of your highlights. I want to hear them.
Well, since I got Trent in my team, when he banged in that long distance shot, I fucking screamed my head
You
off.
must have been going nuts.
I
Dude,
was.
I saw that
was.
one live. It was
Yeah.
nuts.
That was so good. And then VVD puts a header in my team too. But do you know what? The goal that made me the most happy was Elliot.
Yeah.
He was so happy when he scored.
For
His
sure.
first goal,
Yeah.
a strategic, I don't know if it was an intentional assist by Bobby, who kind of laid it off
Oh, no.
a touch.
It
but,
looked like a heavy touch that he just
An
jumped
assist
on.
and assist, you know.
It reminds me of that
what a
Odegaard
finish,
goal
though.
last week,
yeah.
the other week.
What a finish, though. And then even like Carvalho getting in on there. So,
I know, that was cool.
and then 2 assists from Simicast, who came off the bench.
Gnarly.
Like, fucking hell.
Like, considering, I mean, it could have been really a mess for fantasy, obviously, but there's like an own goal in there as well.
There was.
And
yeah.
then, yeah, obviously, like some players scoring that, probably aren't in
Do
some
you think
teams.
that's probably one of the most diverse fantasy point spread and biggest fantasy spread
Look,
ever?
in my 11, 12 years of playing fantasy, possibly.
Like that
Yeah.
many different, 6 different scorers.
There was a City game.
4
that-
different assisters.
I remember a Chelsea game pretty well that we won 8-0. We had 8 different scorers.
against
crazy.
Arsenal?
Yeah.
That game?
Was it against Arsenal? I can't remember.
When Eto scored
Maybe.
the brace and
I don't
yeah.
remember, but it was a while. It was like 3 or
Yeah.
4 years ago now, and it was like 8 different goal scorers.
Crazy. You look through like the points of this week from Liverpool, you're just like, oh my
I
god.
know.
When you get down to
So nice.
And there
So
were
many
some
double
worldies
digits.
in there. I was so impressed. I mean, yeah, Diaz with those 2 headers as well. They were nice. Opened the scoring and ended the scoring.
Yeah. Bringing it back to a fantasy draft perspective, I got a question for Hito. Is Elliot a pickup? I think it's a burning question in draft
is.
right now.
I
He's
think it's
getting
an
the
option.
minutes.
I think it's an option, man. Like
Yeah.
he's working his way. He got
He
pulled
didn't
off.
bother. He's just like, he is.
He got, taken off at half time, but that was purely just because we were like 5-0 up. So he's going to play next game.
Yep.
But we got a lot of injuries in midfield. There's talk of us signing another midfielder. But for a short-term punt, like
Well, was it beginning of last
not?
season that he kind of started really well
he did, then got the injury.
and then got injured? And I remember even thinking then, I'm like, oh, this kid's kind of special. And then even when I was watching the game, the commentator was talking about, what a special talent he is and all that stuff. And I'm like, how good is this kid rated? Like,
So it's really interesting. He's played like 40 minutes the first game, and then the second game he played 78 minutes, and he got 2 bonus points, and he didn't even get a clean sheet or an assist in the game. They
Wow.
drew 1-1 with Palace, and he gets 2 of the bonus points. Like, he's working so hard.
yeah.
And then he only played 45 minutes in this last game, but gets his goal.
Yeah. And he's threatened creativity on the fantasy site
It's pretty
stats
high.
are pretty high.
It's 25 out of
Like
260.
he's definitely a lot more creative than like a Henderson or Fabinho. Like
So I guess like almost at the moment, it's kind of a similar comparison to Bernardo Silva, playing that's the same role, kind of crossing in, doing those early crosses as well.
It's close.
It's not. I know they're not identical because
Yeah.
Silva is different, but they're kind of playing a similar role.
And they're great passes.
Great passes of the ball. Yeah, I don't know.
I think when you look
There
at the
could be
next three
points to be
fixtures
scored.
too, Newcastle, Everton, Wolves, and until injuries come back and whatever develops there,
Yeah.
there's gonna be rotation, but it's definitely a punt.
It's punty, yeah.
for
I
your
like it.
swing position.
It's a
like-
nice educated punt, especially with the game week 2 BPS points. I
Yep.
think that's huge.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. Now, is there anything for you guys that out of that game that we haven't covered?
No, I think we covered it everything. Let's move on to our next fixture.
Yeah,
Well, not
okay,
fixture,
cool.
Sorry, I'm living in 2021.
Yeah, that's all good. Let's talk about Man City.
City. Wow.
Yeah, look.
Sometimes I think that they want to go down 2-0 just to have the comeback story.
I know.
Can they win any other way now?
They're insane. They're crazy. But I mean, look, that John Stone's own goal kicking them off.
Oh god, yeah, it was a bit of a mess, wasn't it?
But regardless of that, is he a pickup right now? It's
I don't
interesting.
like. It's like, man, like they're not keeping clean sheets.
No, I agree. And
Well,
I think
hold
that's
on. They kept
defensively.
2 clean sheets the first 2 games.
They
It's just been
did.
the last 2 games.
yeah, and that's since Ake's been injured.
Yeah.
So it's because Stones has come in my.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it's not because
And
since he's come in.
You know what? Laporte's been pushed back an extra month. He was due back the 3rd of September.
I
It's
know.
now the 3rd of October.
I checked today. I was like,
Yeah.
when's he back? Because that's what I was looking into if Stones was a pickup. I
I'm
was
trying
like,
to- yeah.
And is Ake's out for at least another couple of weeks. So, and
Definitely the next 2 fixtures, Nottingham Forest and Villa.
Yeah,
were horrible form.
exactly. I think that's like 2 free clean sheets if you can grab him. And I just don't think he'd be in that many teams. I mean, maybe someone jumped straight on him
Yeah,
when
no, yeah, I
Ake
think
got
you're
injured.
right.
But I mean, for us, I know he's available in our league. So for me, I think he's worth a punt on as a 5th defender, like a City defender.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah,
If he
just
keeps
a bit
scoring
worrying-
goals
just a
down the
bit
wrong
worrying.
end, though, that's going to be a problem.
I know it's not going to help, but it's a little bit worrying just how they are conceding, and they should have been 3 down too. Did you guys see the disallowed goal? So Edison trying to roll out a quick pass, and
Yeah.
one of the attackers got his foot in there, and it nicked off to someone else who then scored.
No, I
and they
didn't see
took it
that,
back as a
sorry.
foul on Edison, even though he was just rolling the ball out.
Interesting.
And he'd let go of the ball, so he didn't kick it out of his hands. So they technically should have been 3-0 down.
I think
away
I
with
did
one, man.
see that, but I don't remember what happened. I don't
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, anyway.
It's a bit of a dodgy call, I feel, but
Yeah.
boys, we've got to talk about Erling.
Haaland.
Let me start.
He's scary.
I've got him, if you didn't already hear. Look, I just want to talk about the Hattie. So Foden with a spicy little ball to Haaland, and there's nothing better than one of your players assisting one of your players. Right? Oh, that is the dream right there.
Yeah.
And Foden took such a good touch and got that ball away to Haaland so quickly. It was, it was quite nice. And yeah, obviously he heads it home. Stone skews a shot, and
Taps it in.
yeah, he just taps it in back post. So that was kind of lucky. But the third goal is just like, I think that's exactly what we're going to expect to see from him for the rest of the season. He just how did he float into that much space? I mean, it was pretty terrible defending because he just kind of all of a sudden he just floated away and he was just hovering in between the 2 centre backs and he was calling for the ball, calling, please. Finally he gets it, and probably a little bit late, in my opinion, but he's strong enough to just fucking hold them off and so classy to finish it.
How often do you though see a striker get put in that position and they just get rammed between the two, and then the ball just kind of pops
I
out
know.
somewhere different?
Mate, he's a bear that floats like a gazelle. Oh, seriously, this guy.
Yeah.
He's just he's so strong and so fast.
Yeah.
Like he just, and then to top it off, that finish under pressure was just he would never miss it.
No.
Yeah, never.
No, it's like a training ground exercise.
Yeah, I have to say, I was a little nervy about Haaland to begin with, just because there was so much chat pre-season.
Yeah, the hype was
About
yeah.
he's going to have minutes. And even Pep saying last week or something, he's like, he is not going to play when we have a lot of fixtures, like when we play a lot. And I'm
Fair
like,
enough.
oh God.
But I don't even think he needs 90 minutes to score a brace.
No,
Seriously.
clearly. We only need 23 to score 3.
Yeah. He just needs to come on in the second half when City are purring.
Yeah.
Seriously.
When they've already gone down too.
Yeah.
Bring him on.
Yeah. Banging a couple,
Yeah.
go home.
And that kind of brings me back to that little sneaky preview I gave at the early about my Bernardo Silva. I just wonder if he's going to play like that when they're already like 4-0 up. Because I noticed it last week too when they were down, and then you're seeing the people like Silva, Gundogan coming running. It just seems like even more so those deeper midfielders are working their way into the box for runs because they need the goal. So I just wonder if it's going to happen as much when they aren't chasing a game.
It is an interesting point. The one thing that I've noticed about him this week is actually outside of the game. PSG offered like 70 million euros for him.
But did they?
And City said no.
Wow.
Like, are you kidding me? How do they not cash in on him at this stage?
Wait,
But-
on Bilva?
Yeah. PSG. So he's obviously a massive player for Pep. And I think that might have given him a little bit of inspiration as well, which he might carry on through the season.
And he's clearly rewarding him with some minutes. He's playing well. I mean, yeah, I think
it's
he's
crazy
definitely
that
a pickup.
He's not a natural winger, and he's playing out there when
Well, he's not playing up front. He's playing like as a right mid.
right mid that does drift over to the right side.
But yeah, I know. Like he's getting forward, but it's like it's a City team. Like they're all getting forward. Like Gundogan's in there. Like that's the thing. You've got to like go. Okay, those guys are going to get forward. Remember that fucking ball from KDB the other week?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Like why was
I went back
Bilva
and listened
there?
to that, watched that for that nutty that you were explaining.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I missed that as well, that Hito.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Did you end up seeing it?
Yeah, it did.
It was
so
crazy.
What a freak.
good.
I know.
Absolute freak.
I am. It really upsets me that he left Chelsea. Speaking of that,
Who else?
great segue. Let's talk about Chelsea.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I can't believe we fucking made it through.
Was Sterling's first goal deflected?
Yeah, it was a little
It's
bit.
so hard to
It
see.
seemed-
It must have.
When I saw the flight, I'm like, that's too loopy to be
Yeah, it's
like
that-
a real shot.
Yeah,
It's that kind
that's
of
how I
duffy
felt
thing.
too.
Yeah.
But I watched it 1,000 times and could never see the contact.
Yeah, I couldn't see it.
But the
it-
commentators
It has to be.
so
The way
sure.
that it was
Yeah.
floated and the way that the keeper was kind of off-footed as well. Yeah.
Can you walk me guys through about like what happened with
Gallagher?
post red card? Like, did it seem like you weren't going to come back?
No way, man.
No.
We
Yeah.
just stayed playing the same way. I mean, it was disappointing because Gallagher was actually playing really well. He was stupid in that the
Played him
second
in that
challenge.
deeper midfield role again.
Yeah, but no, the formation I think was a bit different because it was 4 at the back, I think,
Yeah.
to begin with, and then it was kind of like a 4-3-3.
Yeah, it was.
So he was kind of playing a bit further forward with Jorginho being kind of that central midfielder. And then I guess maybe Conor Gallagher kind of playing a similar role to what Bilva and, Harvey Elliott playing, But he was very defensive and he was clearly told to just work his ass off and he was really trying to make an impact. And I think that's what got to him. But also, it's not all his fault. Like Cucurella made the worst pass back, like basically passes it to one of the team.
Cucurella is loose.
Yeah.
Super loose. And I have no idea why Chile is not being played, guys.
Me neither. Like I keep going to drop him and I'm like,
How can you drop him? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, like
It's
that
so
thing,
hard.
but you
And-
have to.
and I keep forgetting he scored 9 points the first week. Like it's only been 2 game weeks without him in the team.
yeah.
I don't know. But
There must have been a conversation to get Cucurella to Chelsea, and Tuchel's like, I got to give him the minutes now.
Didn't
Yeah.
Tuchel buy Chile? Was he there when you bought
no,
Chile?
No.
Frank bought Chile.
Oh,
Yeah, Frank
did.
bought Chile.
Okay. So I was like, why is he replacing his own?
I really don't understand it. I think, the thing is though, Cucurella actually did do some stuff later in the game that was quite positive. He played a pretty good ball back across and he was really driving forward at times down that left side. But
He's also adapting to a new team. He's come like straight into the new team.
I know, but why isn't he playing Chile? He's
Yeah.
been in the team forever. I don't get it.
Maybe he's
Yeah.
not training well, like post injury.
Maybe he's not.
I think Chelsea rallied really, really well to go down to 10 men. I'm still not sold. I think that Chelsea actually got away with one there. 'Cause,
Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
well, I mean, yeah, if you're 10 men, you have. But for me, they actually played so well with 10 men.
They did. And
They were dominating possession. It was like 75%.
You're lucky you were versing Leicester.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
that's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
Guys.
that's what you're saying.
And I think that if against most other teams, besides from like Everton and stuff, like because I think Brentford and Fulham, Leeds, like obviously they tore us apart the week before, but these teams are going to kill us when we go down to 10 men, and we got lucky that it was Leicester.
Yeah, but we're not going to go down to 10 men every week. I mean, I know it's happened 50% of the games so far, but I'm really hoping I'm hoping we don't keep that statistic.
Whenever Anthony Taylor's there, we got 10 men.
Yeah, and as long as, they're just yellows, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a bit more about maybe Chelsea assets quickly.
James continues his
I
form.
love that pass.
What a
man.
crazy pass.
That was a classic Sterling goal, hey?
Yeah, classic.
Back post happened.
Back
Yeah.
post. And that's when that made me think, I'm like, that's going to happen a lot. Like,
Yeah.
James is so capable of that ball. As long as he's played out there, he is like amazing crosser of the ball. Like, he's kind of like reminds me of some of the Liverpool, wing backs and that
Yeah.
ability to cross. But I just see that happening a lot. As long as James keeps getting played on
For sure.
in that
And he hit
position.
the post twice.
Oh my god, that shot that he took, like that hits like the corner of the crossbar. I'm like, he's never going to score from there. And then you're like, oh my god, he never
Dude,
did.
I'm like going crazy at this point. Oh my God.
I know, I really wanted him
It's like,
because I had him last year.
I know.
and he was just injured, and then he came good, and
Yeah.
like obviously that part was amazing.
Yeah.
but I like when I drafted him last year, I was like really excited because I'm like, he's just such an exciting player to watch.
he's so good. And then he plays for our team. And
Exactly.
I'm watching him and I feel like I'm cheating on my missus because it feels like your boy.
Yeah.
He was always like, I was anti-sweating him, but sweating him
Yeah,
last
yeah.
year, because I want
know.
him to go well, but I don't.
I
do,
know,
but
I
don't.
know. Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think there's anything else to say. I mean, Sterling did get a double this week,
Yeah.
opening up his scoring. So hopefully that
Finally, yeah.
continues.
The only thing I wanted to mention is Havertz, but I'm going to save that for our chopping block section.
I
because
like it.
I reckon
Ooh,
Havertz
okay.
owners need to hear a bit of stuff from us.
Okay. All right. Let's talk Brighton.
Wow. What a start to the season for these guys, eh?
All we've got to say is you better be fucking listening to us. 2 weeks in a row now we've said pick up Brighton defence.
Yeah,
it.
I know. And it's just going to keep going this way. I
My
mean, their
dad
fixtures
actually
are pretty
listened,
good. Oh,
and he picked up a Brighton defender this
Did
week.
he?
Smart man.
Good on
Kept a
him.
clean sheet, yeah.
Very good. Smarter than me. Yeah, look, and Gross just is a man in form. That was a beautiful ball he played. Oh, no, sorry. He scored. He did play. He put someone through at some point.
Trossard that got
Yeah.
the assist.
Yeah, sorry, it was. There was one point, though, I think Gross played an amazing ball and didn't quite come to anything, but he just looks confident on the ball. You know when you can just see when you're watching them? Like, yeah, you can, if you're not necessarily watching some of the games, you can't tell exactly how good the player is actually looking and how confident. You see the goals come through and you're like, okay, he's scoring goals, pick him up. But when you, something I would say to people is watch at least the highlights because you can often see, when a player might come into form before they actually start getting points, but also, when you can see that maybe Gross might be doing maybe a little bit more than just having a little good run.
Gotta pass
he looks
the eye
good.
test.
Yeah, you got to pass the eye test. Exactly.
That's it. No, I think Brighton got some great assets, and if they're still available in your league, I'd be jumping on them.
Definitely.
I'm crunching, so
Do you want me to take us on?
take us on.
We're going to Tottenham.
Let's talk about Tottenham.
Let's do it.
Tottenham.
There's a couple of things to mention, guys.
Yeah, tell us.
Well, firstly, probably have to save it for our next section, or one of our sections, but Son. He's looking very sad.
Yeah.
He does look sad.
He went on the bench and
He was angry, hey?
he was very angry.
Yeah.
Really, he did miss a good chance. I remember at one stage, like
He was
one that I
lively
would
and had a
normally
few
see
shots,
him
but yeah.
bury.
I'm wondering if Conte has the balls to bench him and play Richarlison just to get his fire up a bit.
Maybe. Ooh, interesting.
There was someone that was, had the balls to do it.
Yeah.
It'd be Conte.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So for Son owners, I'm saying hold.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's the easy way. That's the easy thing to say, though. Like, what about looking for a trade?
A trade's interesting.
But I mean, actually, I should say people should be looking to trade with Son owners.
You know what? Can we talk about a trade that one of our fans sent us at this point? I think it's a great moment to bring it up.
Yeah.
So BD White, one of our biggest fans,
BD.
he's got sent a
Is it
trade
Ben White from Arsenal?
Yeah, it is.
in disguise.
It's like, boys,
In
I'm not
disguise.
playing anymore.
Incognito.
So last week he goes, "Hey, I've just been offered this trade. What do you think?" before I say it, I did say to him, I kind of like it.
Okay.
Oh,
But
really?
he said, I can't do it because I got to see it out.
Okay. Tell us.
So he got offered Trent, Foden, and James for Chile, Son, and Cancelo.
Whoa.
So let's deconstruct this.
So it's basically Trent versus Cancelo,
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Chile versus
James
James.
and Foden versus Son. And he said, look, Cancelo, he's a City fan, so let's just make this. And that Cancelo's his boy. Every year he's
Yeah.
had him. He loves Son. So I think it was a heart decision. He was playing with his heart.
So
and
he
his
has
brain.
Son, Cancelo, and Chile. Okay.
And he got offered Trent because Trent's had a bad start.
Yeah.
Foden and James.
I don't know if that guy would be offering Trent now.
No way.
No way, yeah.
I messaged him. I'm like, oh, that trade's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah.
eh?" Like after the game week, he was like, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like before the game week, though, I probably wouldn't have taken it either.
It's crazy, isn't it?
You got two big hitters for,
I said to him at the time, I said, you're essentially getting 3 players for 2.
yeah.
because Chile's
Because
like
Chile's
really.
not a player right now for me.
I know. Me neither. I'm really fucking disappointed about it.
So unlucky BD, but
But I think in the long run, he's okay.
he should be fine.
Trent's not going to score 17 points every week.
No.
He could, but
Well,
But
it won't
if
make up for-
Cancelo gets anywhere near what he did last season, same with Sonny,
yeah.
that's definitely the better side to be on. But it's, how many more weeks do we go with this?
It's an interesting one, no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tottenham chat. Came with a double.
Yeah.
I think
Mr. Penn as well.
Mr. Penn.
he did miss a pen.
Endo with another save.
Oh my god, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Hat chat.
Hat chat.
Hat chat.
Dude, I know. I put hat chat in there. That's so funny. Oh
like
my
first
god,
season podcast.
dude, I really wanted to fucking bring that up. Damn it,
Yeah.
you son of a bitch.
Sorry.
I was so excited. I'm like, oh my god, hat chat. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute.
But Kulusevski
With a little assist.
for the great finish by Kane.
Yeah. And he played well.
That
as
was
well.
that first goal there.
Yeah.
Kulusevski owners will be happy at this point just to be cruising
Yeah.
along.
Who's a cool? Are you a Kulusevski owner?
Cool's my boy.
He is smiling, so yeah, it seems right. Look, that was good, and then obviously that outside of the boot cross from Richarlison.
That was filthy.
He like muscles like the guy off the ball,
Filthy.
and then just runs down and does this outside the boot cross. I'm like, oh man, he's gonna play this season if he does that.
Speaking of Richarlison, though, what about the little showboating, though?
Oh my.
Did
Who
a little-
does that?
Did a little juggle?
Who does it?
on
Did
the
he?
pitch,
I
and
didn't
then-
see that.
And then my boy Johnson comes back from the front, just absolutely cleans him out. He's just like rolling around on the ground.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Don't take the fucking piss here, mate.
Yeah. It
Oh,
was
really?
so good.
It was
Was the
floor
end of
to
the
floor.
game kind of just like
I think
wasting
just a bit of
time?
I think it was a bit of time wasting.
Little
but
bit,
just
yeah.
a little bit,
Little showboating.
shithousery.
I love doing that in FIFA.
Yeah.
Okay.
FIFA Street.
Yeah, FIFA Street. Okay, last one. We added a 6 this week. We're going to talk about Newcastle quickly.
Look, I actually
I
just
think Miles
added
is
it
gonna
for the
talk about it.
story that I got to tell you guys.
Okay, tell us.
So it's Sunday night. I'm like half cut, right? I'm pretty belted.
Okay, fair enough.
And I put on a couple of multis.
Oh, wow.
So I put on 2 multis, a $50 one and a $25 one.
Okay.
You know, like a 5 to 1 and like an 8 to 1. You know, just a bit of a hedge. And they're like same game multis. And anyway, I'm watching this game and it gets to like 70 minutes in the game, 65. And I've just got one leg of each one of these multis to fulfill. And
Yep.
one of them is St. Maximum just to have a shot on target. And the other one is that there's 2 goals in the game. So I just needed a goal and St. Maximum to have a shot on target. So I was just saying to myself, I was like, so if St. Maximum just scores, I just win the bet. Win both of them.
Oh, my God.
And I'm just sitting there.
And he's your player.
And he's my player. And I'm sitting there and I'm just kind of daydreaming, watching the game and stuff. And then he just hits that volley.
Oh,
And I was speechless.
Yeah.
Like, I was just watching it. And then I was like a little kid, like shaking. And I was like, did that just happen? And then I was like, that's like goal of the season shit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And so, yeah, I cleaned up. I won like $225 or something.
Oh my god.
So
and
good.
I was just loving life.
Huge. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm really happy for you.
Thanks, bro.
For the financial thing, not for the fantasy points.
What a goal, though.
It was a stunner.
Cracker.
2 good goals in that game.
Yeah, Neves outside of the box. It was a good game to watch, guys. It
Yeah.
was
Was
really
it?
nice.
Yeah, I didn't catch the full game.
Lots of chances. Wolves were looking really fiery.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
From what I saw of it, I was thinking, and actually, there's some decent Wolves fixtures coming, so
Yeah, it's interesting.
maybe it's a time to consider Wolves.
Podence came off the bench. Neto looked really good. Jimenez with a goal disallowed.
Yeah, no, I saw
So
that.
that's really interesting as well.
But he's back, and remember what
But
you
he
were
is
saying
back.
about Neto?
Yeah. Neto played so much better with Jimenez on the pitch, and Podence didn't play. So,
But there's some new players in the team too.
yeah, was it Martinez?
It's like
Guedes, Goncalo
yeah.
Guedes.
Yeah.
Guedes. I need to figure out how to pronounce his name,
he
but
looked
yeah.
all right. Wang
Yeah.
looked rubbish, by the way. Wang looked terrible.
All right, boys, let's get into our hot prospects. Look, I think they're pretty obvious, but
There's so much form in the league at the moment.
I know.
There's just players all over the place, and unfortunately, a lot of them would be in teams already. But
this is more just our shout outs
Yeah.
for the big dogs.
Yeah.
But the people doing it right. Like Kane.
People doing it
Kane's
right.
got 4 goals, 4 games.
Mitrovic?
Mitro's matching him in that stat. So you'd be happy if you're a Mitrovic owner for
my
sure.
boy Saliba,
Saliba is on fire. That's crazy, man.
Odegaard, 2 weeks of double-digit hauls.
Yep.
Yeah.
ASM.
Wait, we're forgetting one. 2 pen saves in consecutive weeks. Henderson from Nottingham.
and you called him out last week as a top
I
pickup.
fucking did. And look what happened.
He could be the
Crazy.
keeper of the season.
I genuinely think so. Remember how good he was? Was it Sheffield he played?
Yeah.
Sheffield United.
He
yeah.
was so good then. And they were a trash team.
clutch.
They're facing a lot of shots.
Yeah.
He's going to save a lot of them.
He's a good keeper. He wears a hat.
He's up for it. And
He's
last
made 22
week,
saves already.
wow.
That's insane.
Last week,
fast.
he did an interview with, I think it was BBC.
So 7
and
points just off saves.
completely rinsed United for what they did to him last year.
I know
making
that he
him
wasn't
sit on the
happy
bench.
about it.
Yeah, and like full called him out.
I love it. I
It
love
was
it.
great.
Did he? Is he on
Made
loan or did he
permanent
sign for?
transfer. Permanent?
Oh yeah.
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 Now he can.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Now he
because
can
of
say
what
what he
happened.
wants.
Because they promised him first team, and then last year he sat on the bench the whole year, and he said it's criminal what United did to me. Criminal.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear it. You really
Spicy.
sell it though.
Yeah.
The way you say.
I don't want to hear it now.
That was chilling, Miles. Good delivery.
Thank you.
Okay, well, look, a lot of that's obvious. We'll just like bringing up who's really looking hot to us right now, and that's
There's a
who it
lot
is.
of form out there.
So hot right now.
I want to talk about the chopping block. This is my
Chopping block's
favourite
fun.
segment.
Yeah, it's good. All right, Miles, you start us off. Who's your chopping block this week?
Havertz, man. I'm a Havertz owner and a Chelsea fan,
Mm.
and he gets the minutes, and he just doesn't look great. Like he's not passing the eye test.
No.
Like he's getting the ball and he's running at defenders when he shouldn't, when he should be offloading.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's got much time left.
I don't either. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the last couple of days of
If Alba
transfer.
comes in.
I don't want him though.
Oh my God! Have you heard the trade rumor about Anthony Gordon? Apparently, you've offered Gallagher and some Broja for Anthony Gordon.
Why?
I was like, oh my God! If Everton get that deal, that's so good.
That's
Side
trade rate.
note, what about Gordon with the Brentford assistant, like running into him and like pushing him to the ground?
He's a
When they
fire
were,
boy.
Did you not see it?
I didn't see that.
I'm going to send it to you after the pod. I'm sure our listeners listen.
Good finish too from him this week.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. So Havertz, you reckon now go or wait till end of window?
Oh, I think he'll still be in the team, but I'm just talking about fantasy
That's
teams.
what I mean. Like,
No, but
like,
we're
would
saying,
you hold him till the window closes and there's not a striker?
I
coming in?
am going to
Yeah.
because I have to because I don't think that there's anything really better to pick up, and I prefer just to bench him and see what
And see
happens.
Yeah.
I think you can. That's the luxury with forwards, kind of. Like, especially if you haven't built your team around him. I don't know where you drafted him, though.
I drafted him probably
4th pick?
earlier than I wanted to. Yeah,
Mm.
I think it was because I was on the end, so
It's
it
about
was
like 5th pick or
it
so.
was my 3rd or 4th pick because I was on the snake.
Yeah.
So, actually, no, it would have been my 5th pick.
Yeah.
5th or 6th pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So not too bad, but still.
So would you advise like most people just to try and hold if they could, but you wouldn't be held against you? if
Try
you got
and
rid of him?
hold, or try and find a bit of value. You know, if you can maybe target a Chelsea fan in your league that is a little bit in denial about the ability of some of their players.
I can't think of any in ours. Anyway, well, yeah, look, that's the same. I'm going to bring up another Chelsea player.
Yeah, do it.
Well, actually, I've got two. They're both my players right now.
Stick
So
with
it's
Chelsea
quite
and
personal.
then we'll move on, yeah.
So they both play the same position, Chile and Doherty.
Right. Interesting.
I've got both. Chile, look, in my head when I drafted him, I thought Cucurella might actually force Koulibaly onto the right side of the back three and that they'd play like that because there was a bit of talk about that.
Yeah.
And we hadn't signed anyone or that. Anyway, obviously Wesley Fofana is pretty close to coming now. Koulibaly's going to hold down that spot, which means there's going to be a lot of competition for the left wing back role at Chelsea. I think Cucurella was 50 million. I think Chile was 50 million. Cucurella was clearly Tuchel's pick. So in my mind, you know, Cucurella's been given the minutes right now. Part of me wants to drop him. Part of me wants to hold him and just see what happens. What do you think?
I think if you've got space to hold, you could potentially hold. But if there is a better option, like, you know, some of the Brighton defenders and
That's the
things
hard
like
thing.
that.
There's quite a few options out there at the moment, and it's like, do you?
I had a
Trade
pretty
away.
good look today.
How often does your bench come into play so far?
Well, to be fair, Chile has come on in the last minute. I've played him, and he's come on and played like 1 minute and 10 minutes.
And hurt you?
Yeah, so he's a fantasy fucking nightmare.
You
at the
just
moment.
need to bench him yourself.
I know.
And then if he does come into form, then start playing him.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I'm going to leave him, and on to the other side of it, Doherty, I'm dropping him.
Drop him, yeah.
I've got no Chelsea relationship there, and he's not fucking played a minute. It feels
seems
like.
Sessegnon's the backup left back this season because you know how Doherty filled in left back. A bit,
Yeah.
left
So
wing back. So
I think that's the case. I'm a little bit disappointed
A lot of
about
rotation,
it.
yeah.
But you look at, for me, I'm going to drop him to the bench. If something happens, I'll try and get on him quick. But yeah, I'm making a move this week.
yeah, I think that's fair.
Hito, you got one you want to chuck on the chopping block?
Yeah, I think the other one I didn't put him on here, but Saka has raised a few questions. Just got an assist this week, but he definitely hasn't started the season on fire. There's a lot of chat about the reason was because Tomiyasu wasn't playing at right back for the first few games, and that was really limiting his channel. With Ben White filling in at the right back, so it all went to the left side.
Yeah,
But
that could be fair.
I
that's
feel good
love
still
that
as
analysis.
like an owner myself. I don't have any issue.
I
Do you
love.
guys?
I think it's great, and there's so much happening at Arsenal right now, and I think that it's just wait because he's gonna score his points.
Yeah, look, I'd say the same. It's painful to wait, but I think it must come.
Yeah,
You know, and they do have good fixtures. Hopefully it comes. He's got an assist. Let's see that
Yeah.
momentum build.
yeah. At least he's playing. You know, unlike Chile and Doherty and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, boys. So, look, I think what we're going to do here, we've already kind of talked about our BD White one. I think for our fan questions, sorry. I think we'll just do our little draft analysis from our a friend that's reached out to you, Miles, or a listener.
Yeah. So one of our fans, Milan, actually.
Milan.
Yeah, Milan.
Good name.
Yeah, awesome. He's reached out. I believe he's from Melbourne.
Cool.
He plays in a pretty
An
sweet
Aussie.
league. I know that there was a couple of spicy things about his league, like what they do as well.
So what did he reached out? What did he want us to do? Have a little look at how their draft went?
So he heard us do the analysis of who was it? It was Viren's draft.
Oh, yeah, Viren.
And he said, hey, can you check out our draft as well? And we love doing this stuff. So any other listeners, feel free to send us.
Yeah,
your
bring it
draft.
on. If you
So
like listening, we like doing it.
We've got it all up.
Yeah.
I thought that we could just go in fresh because
Let's talk about the first round.
It's kind of refreshing to see Salah not drafted first in a draft for once.
It's refreshing but psychotic.
It is, isn't it?
Like like Hullen went first,
Cullen,
which
Jesus.
an unknown. I know now. Yeah, now's great. He's got a hat trick. He's got a bunch of goals, but still, like
Yeah, 10-man league too.
That's crazy. Yeah, 10-man league.
Jesus second is fucking balls.
That one.
fucking
the
ballsy.
first two picks were crazy. So that was from Savside FC and Goose's gang. Goose's gang
Lovely
went
name.
Jesus. So yeah, great name there.
Yeah, and then
Salah went. So I mean, Salah. I mean, lads on Toure, who was third pick here, must have been fucking cheering. And he's clearly a Liverpool fan because he's come back around on the snake and gone Robbo. Yeah. And he's looking at his team now and going, I've got Salah and Robertson for my first two picks and I was third.
And he's
what
third.
The fuck?
And to round it out, he went Henderson right at the end, unless that's a keeper.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it could be. Yeah, yeah. It's probably the
I think it's a keeper, yeah.
But yeah.
Has to be, yeah.
Look, it's an interesting one. And then kind of it goes De Bruyne, Kane, Son, which is kind of normal.
Yeah.
But then
Son going like sixth pick is still crazy to me.
This is the best part of the draft.
Oh my God.
So our boy Milan, his name's Darwinner Winner.
Oh, that's his team name.
That's his team name.
Like Darwin.
Darwinner. And he had the option to pick up Darwin, but he picks up Luis Diaz instead. This is our boy. This is what Draft Boys is all about.
I love it. He's like, I've picked this name. I've really gone for this, but I can't stick with the player. It was a better pun than he is a player. That's so good.
And he went the Liverpool back.
And then
on the way
Darwin
back
goes
as well.
next pick.
Yeah.
To the Pookie Blinders.
Yeah.
Great name. And then, there's a few others. Sterling kind of goes first round. Fernandez goes first round. Why don't we just quickly, to finish this off, kind of have a look at the teams and see if we got a fave.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because I think that there's quite a bit of balance there.
It is hard, yeah. I'm looking at that. Like, there are some that I'm like, oh, it starts so well, and I'm like, oh no, Antonio.
How good's Rocker Masoksov's team? Kane, Cancelo, Van Dijk, Edison, Odegaard, Welbeck.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, me, Aronson.
I think that's definitely up there.
That
Yeah,
looks
I'd
really
agree with
nice.
that. Rocking my socks off isn't bad.
I actually do like Milan's team as well.
Yeah, Darwinner.
Diaz, Trent, Madison,
Blinders.
Watkins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ward
that's
Prowse, Cresswell. Yeah, like
It drops
then
off
Lloris,
a little
good keeper.
bit, but
Jimenez.
and Mbembo and like Gordon.
Yeah, that's a good team too. I'd be interested to hear how they're doing now.
Yeah,
Like that'd be a cool thing to hear.
I like Pookie Blinders.
I know, I like
Saka,
Pookie
Tony,
Blinders.
Martinelli.
This looks good.
Yeah, Pookie Blinders is kind of like
Gabrielle, pretty late.
yeah, that's what I thought too.
Davies, like Tottenham defense.
Hold
last
up.
pick.
But how does Martinelli last until round 4 and Pookie Blinders picks him up?
I know. That's what I was wondering.
That's crazy.
Okay, and here's the other one. This is my favourite of all of them. Susceptible to Watford.
Oh, shout out Watford. We love Watford on this pod.
Sterling, Diego Jota, Ings, Rodrigo in the fourth.
wow, what a pick.
Is this guy fucking Nostradamus?
I picked him up game week 2 and it's been a fun ride. But game week 1, I think he scored like a double and
Yeah.
an assist as well.
Do you know
or
what the
something.
best part is though? He goes rock bottom with Ings in the third.
Yeah.
And then he fucking redeemed. And then they must have in the draft been like, why the fuck are you picking Rodrigo in the 4? I
know.
Then Bamford.
And he
like-
swings back around and goes down again. I'm like, Bamford. I'm like, this guy's up and down.
But then at the time though in the draft, you just imagine those 3 picks back, and that would have been
Back to
fucking
back.
laughing stock.
Dude,
But
I
he is-
know.
He's the one
Drafted
cheering
De
now.
Silva as well.
I know. That one's drafted to Silva.
Wow.
Yeah, but still, he's not done
The
a
rest
whole
of
lot
his
yet.
team not amazing. though.
Yeah, look, I'm not a big fan of susceptible to Watford. Sorry, mate. I don't
Well,
know who
let's-
you are, but
I just
your
wanna-
initials are CM.
I want to bring your attention to Avada Dubravka.
Avada Dubravka.
I love that.
De Bruyne, Kulusevski, Wilson, Cucurella, Walker, Allison, Podence, Firmino.
Hopefully he held him.
I hope he held in.
I doubt it,
Sanchez,
man.
keeper,
But it's a 10-man
Dunk,
league.
and Dunk, dude.
And Dunk.
Fuck, we got to see the league table.
Yeah, I want to
I know.
know.
I really want to see
I'm trying to
the
like,
league table now.
you know that meme where it's the dude doing all the, or the chick doing all the
Yeah.
maths.
Yeah.
I'm like, trying to
Milan,
fucking
can you
calculate.
please send us your table just so we can just tell our listeners where you guys are sitting? Because I'm loving the sound
It's
of your
hard
league.
to pick. It sounds like it's a good league. I'll give him that.
And is this the league that does the relegation, or is that the up
Nah,
Aaron
that
from
was
last
our other
week?
boy.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it because I asked him as well, and if I can get it quickly,
Well, while you look that up, Miles, let's move on. I think we should talk about our top.
Oh, I got it. Sorry. Winner's prize is $350. I've taken the league 3 years in a row, hence the name of the league, Beat Milan.
Oh, wow.
Punishment, we decided the loser gets relegated and bring someone else in, and they also have to do a video of themselves singing their rival's team song.
Oh, wow.
So they get kicked out of the league for a friend they nominate to replace them.
I guess so.
I love these rules.
Yeah.
All right, Milan, I like you. Okay, let's do our top pickups for the week. I'll go first.
Yeah.
Do it, mate.
Oh, me first.
Jump in.
All right, so look, I'm assuming he's probably been picked up by people, but for me, after watching Barnes play against Chelsea this week, he looked good. Like, Leicester don't look great, but Barnes is looking
I think
pretty
in those
direct.
smaller leagues, he could still potentially be free.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
So I've seen a few leagues online, people are playing like 5-6 man leagues.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, do I pick up Rodrigo? And you're like, yeah, you do. And who else you got? And they're like, I've got Martinelli. I've got fucking KDB. I've got they've got the strongest teams. You're like, oh, fuck, no one can even drop to pick up Rodrigo.
Oh, that's
right now.
crazy.
Like, they've got no swing position. So
I like the size of. I think 7 is actually the sweet spot.
Mm.
I know I'm biased because that's our league.
Gives you
but,
enough to have
Yeah.
a swing, but not.
but anyway, Barnes is a pickup for sure.
Yeah.
We talked about him earlier. John Stones. I think he's probably going to get a run for the next 2 weeks. They got good fixtures. They're City. I mean, they're probably going to keep a couple clean sheets. It might be almost a guaranteed clean sheet over the next 2 game weeks until the other boys are back. And my last one is it's an outsider. We've seen nothing of him. He's Newcastle's new signing, Alexander Isak.
Oh, yeah.
They spent 60 mil on him. Million what? I don't remember if it's pounds or euros.
It was pounds, I think.
Okay, so they spent plenty of cash
money.
on him. He's pretty highly rated. I believe he's the number was I think about 140 something goals and 139 appearances.
Yeah, not bad. He got 6 goals last year. The year before that, he killed it in La Liga, 17 goals.
17 goals. Thank you.
But he's still
with some
super
stats.
young.
Yes, he is. But Wilson is injured
And
right
he can
now.
play up front apparently with Wilson, so it's not even like a like the other.
Or he could play as a winger kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, look, for me, I think, it's good.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll jump into mine. All right. So we kind of already hinted at him already, but Elliot, I think that's a good punt. After that, 45 minutes, would definitely play this game week. Also, Anderson from Palace. I don't think all leagues would have him picked up. Got a good header this week. They've got an okay run of fixtures too, so I think that's a nice shout. And then also Anthony Gordon too, just a bit of an outsider midfielder, one good game, and potentially might be on the move anyway. So
Yeah, could be at Chelsea.
yeah, just a little bit of outsider, 1 week form, picks.
Miles's boxes are empty on our spreadsheet, so we don't even know what he's going to say.
Yeah, I came in hot today, guys, but I do want to shout out Almiron again. I wasn't here last week when Hito completely disregarded my pick. But after watching the Newcastle game, I think that Newcastle have a lot of points in them, and I think he's someone that could be available. So that's what I want to focus my picks on, is just people that you can maybe pick up, just like the boys did. And I know we've spoken about him, Hat Chat, Henderson.
Oh.
I think he's a great pickup if he's
Doubling
still available.
down 2 weeks in a row.
I know. He was in my one last week. He's in Miles's this week. If you haven't grabbed him by now,
And possibly it could even be a blocker pickup. I've spoken about this on previous years. It's about, even if you've got like an Edison or an Allison, just pick him up so someone else doesn't pick him up. And you just play him on your bench. If he is outscoring your main keeper, that's fine. But it's just doing it so no one else gets those
so
points.
hard. I know what you mean, but
Yeah.
so hard.
It's draft, baby.
I've got Lloris and Pope, and I'm like, I've got such a good keeper set up. I don't know. Any more? Is that it?
No, the last thing I want to say,
Okay,
it's
last
not
thing.
about that.
Oh.
It's about Instagram.
Oh.
First of all, you got to hit us up. We'd love to hear from you. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Miles is on there
But
all day.
I want to start a revolution.
Oh.
Against the hashtag FPL draft, because people are using FPL draft hashtag when they don't even fucking play draft.
Yeah, I know.
They're saying, oh, this is my draft team. And I'm like, fuck off. You don't play draft. You have no idea about the Cadillac of FPL, which
Yeah.
is draft.
Oh, I
Dude,
like this.
To build on that.
Yeah.
Oh.
We've got fucking noobs coming into Reddit subreddits
Yeah.
called FPL Draft or Draft FPL, being like, hey guys, thinking about bringing in Salah this week or something. I'm like, dude, you're in the wrong fucking subreddit.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here,
I
man.
get like 8 likes
So-
on my post because everyone's like, fuck this.
I'm talking about the revolution. So I'm calling our brothers, Draft the Dregs,
And sisters.
Banter Boys. If our boy Avi is still doing content,
Yeah.
how can we
Snake
take
draft,
back
let's do it.
the hashtag
Yeah,
FPL Draft
Oh my
for the drafters out there?
This is passionate.
We've got to put it in there.
I'm in.
I've got to do it more on Twitter, boys. I'm on the Twitter side of
We're
things.
gonna
I've
have
got
a
to put it
meeting
out.
with Banter, drafting the Dregs. Let's do it.
Do
Let's
we
figure
write
out
a
way.
strongly worded letter to the official fantasy website?
I'm going to
or-
Zuckerberg if this shit doesn't.
Going to
I'm
Zuck.
going up to fucking Musk.
And if that doesn't work, I'm going to hit up Muskie. I think he's pretty open. I hear he's on Twitter a fair bit.
He is. He loves it.
All right, boys. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. The revolution.
The revolution.
Please feel free to hit us up on FPL Draft Boys with a Z on Twitter or Instagram.
Ciao,
That's
ciao.
it. Bye.
Later.